Hey guys, it's Justin again with another tutorial video. Today we're going to talk about panel lining and adding grime effects to your model. This is a really good way to kind of portray dirt and dust accumulation around the model in places that might not get cleaned so often or might not, naturally rub off on their own, as well as dirt and filth accumulating within your panel lines on the model kit as well. So this series was brought to you by Mechawarehouse. They are the sponsor of this channel, and they are hosting a competition called Grunt Destruction. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll put information down below. But again, they are also the sponsors of our channel, so you can use our coupon code Justinius10 and save yourself 10% on your entire order next time you shop there. They have a great selection of model kits. I highly recommend them. And Nick is a fantastic guy, great customer service. He is always available to answer questions. So go check them out, and if you're interested in this competition, do not hesitate to jump in on it. A lot of great prizes. So let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. Alright guys, so here's part of the model. It's not totally finished. Obviously, the arm and the head are missing. I went ahead and I had some parts I had to touch up before jumping into this next part. So I just wanted to go ahead and get into the next part. So this is the results from what we did last time. This is after some filtering. It might not look a lot different to a lot of people, but the those subtle shifts, there's a little bit of like subtle streaking and some a little bit of tonal variation on the surface. And this is a great foundation for starting our weathering effects and pushing this to the next level. So in this video we're going to talk about panel lining, and we're going to talk about what I like to call like distressing, or maybe like dirt and filth accumulation around the model. There's a lot of different ways you can describe this and use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with panel lines. Panel lines are pretty much the easiest thing in the world. You can use a multitude of colors here. Like if I wanted to go ahead and use, and I just might go ahead and do that, I could use like a dark brown, or I could just as easily use starship filth. I've got earth colors. I could use black. I could pretty much do anything that I want. So I think I like the brown that kind of comes with the Starship Bay sludge. So I'm going to shape that up real quick. And just for the sake of demonstration, to keep things quick and easy, I'm just going to demonstrate on the arm. So we're going to take this oil brush. You can use regular oil paints if you have those. Just thin them down a little bit with a little bit of your preferred thinner, and go ahead and drop that in your panel lines. So with this, I'm just going to go ahead and trace this panel line, and it's honestly probably a little too much, but that's okay. And then we're going to trace around this one. Down this guy. And then around here. And once that's all done, you're going to take a not a nice brush, but a halfway decent brush. You're going to use your choice of thinners once again, just like last time, and you are going to just kind of push that into your panel line. Now I'm using like very gentle dabbing motions, and the reason I'm doing this is because it's kind of wicking away the excess, it's kind of pushing the excess into the panel line, and it's kind of like stippling. So you're kind of doing a couple different effects all at once. And what that's going to do is give you a really uneven kind of stain around your panel line, which is good because when you're panel lining, especially a weathered model, in my eyes anyway, what you're representing is the accumulation of things inside of that panel line. So you're going to create a lot of extra variety around that surface, and it's going to look like something has caused a stain, or you know, maybe it's just dirt inside that line. It could be anything. So we're just gonna push our way around. And the beauty of oils is you could go ahead and line the entire thing, let it sit for an hour, come back, and just start pushing those lines away. Now, depending on how long you let your stuff sit, your lines are going to vary, but I mean, you see how that looks already. You know, it's got a pretty good uneven stain to it. There's the panel line is in the panel line. And the effect looks pretty random. There we go. Again, over here in these, you can kind of do this as you go. If you want to take some of your excess and dip it into like where we damage the surface, that will kind of help push that effect along as well. It'll just kind of accumulate in there like that. Oh, naturally, I knocked the whole cup full of well, there you go. You get the idea. So alright, so I'm going to clean this up real quick before it starts eating away at my desk. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the staining and the smudging and stuff. Okay, so with this next technique comes a little bit of, I guess, almost pre-technique. So the idea behind this is I want to kind of outline underneath any kind of panel that has any little bit of overhang. So the bottoms of these, this little panel right here, this little detail on the knee. You could even do the chest vents if you really wanted to. This chest piece right here, maybe the collar. You know, look around for anything that sticks out over top of something else. Now I'm not going to use straight black, so I'm going to just go ahead and use Starship Filth. It's a good dark color. It's not quite black. It's kind of like a really dark gray brown. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to draw just a faint line underneath. I'm going to do it under here on the chest. If you want to go all the way around, you can. If you want to save that for later, again, up to you. I'm going to go for it. We've got these little, I don't know if they're thruster pods or what, but stick it under there. And we're going to work our way down. So underneath these skirts, and then underneath these things right here. I'm not going to go the whole way on these, I'm just going to kind of go about halfway. And then we'll finish that off with some blending. Here, under the knee, under this. And then we're going to do like under these little kneecaps. And I think that should about do it. Now if you want to do like here, you can do that as well. This might be a little bit excessive, but you can at least get the bottoms. There we go. Alright, so once that's all done, I really should be wearing gloves for this. You just saw the disaster that happened a minute ago. After this is all done, you're gonna very gently, just like last time with the panel line, except there's not a panel line here. There's nothing to kind of trace against. You're literally just going to start softening this edge and pushing that back and causing it to kind of stain around this area. Now, to me, what this represents is something, maybe oil, maybe some grease, or something that got trapped around a hatch, or maybe just over a period of time. Some of this dirt and stuff started to accumulate and just never got properly cleaned. So we're gonna kind of push this back and forth until we get it somewhere that we like it. So I don't quite want this to hang over like that, but I do want it to show. And I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna push this off the top here. And there you go. So under the chest, this is going to be a little bit more pronounced because, you know, it's a steeper, harder edge before it starts to, you know. And if you want to stretch that and pull it down some, you can definitely do that. And when this dries, it's going to look awesome. Take a second, grab that, come back around. Alright, so you just kind of continue that around the rest of the model, and then I'll come back and show you when it's all done and dried and re-top coated and all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. It means a lot to me. It helps the channel a little bit. If you guys are interested in more videos, there will be more videos probably here. If you are interested in supporting the channel a little bit further, we have a Patreon campaign and a t-shirt store down in the links below. So be sure to check those out if you like the content that you see. I'm always trying to make our content better. I'm trying to improve the way that I speak and edit and put things together for you guys and make things look nicer. It's been a long journey, and I want to thank everybody who's stuck around for the entire time that we've been around. So I'm going to put some patrons over here, and hopefully you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Later.